Hey folks, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, whatever the case may be. I decided to come on here and do a little video with an update as to what's going on in my life. Just adjusting this here. So this is the last row of my Moonlit Wolf, as you can see. Almost done. Yeah. And I have background noise. It is an ASMR from another YouTuber. And it's a little Chihuahua puppy dog sitting on a shag rug or a shag carpet in front of a fireplace. A roaring fireplace. And then above the fireplace is windows overlooking a snowy landscape with trees. And yes, I know there should be a chimney above the fireplace and not windows, but it's AI, so yeah. Anyways, so today is Sunday, February the 8th, and my boyfriend messaged me. When was it that he messaged me? Oh, crud. Let me see. Was it yesterday? Friday. So Friday evening, he messaged me and said that he had finally had enough of what's been happening at his dad's. Like, dealing with his dad. His dad's always in a bad mood and all grumpy and argumentative, and he's finally had enough of it. It's too much stress for him, and he doesn't need the stress with his tricky ticker, which is how I refer to his heart, because he has issues with his heart, as I'm pretty sure I've mentioned in one or two previous videos. But anyways, so he's moved out of his dad's. 90% of his stuff is still at his dad's, but he is now currently back at his mom's, which can only be short term because she doesn't really have the room. So he messaged me this morning and said that he's going to be talking. He's got some people that he's going to be talking with. He's been apparently talking with his brother. He has an older half brother. Same mom, different dad. But he's told his brother about me, and most likely my daughter Wolfie as well. And so his brother is going to be helping him with finding a place to hopefully buy. So yeah, he's going to be talking to the bank, or what was it that he said again? My memory sucks. Okay, to a bank and a retailer. Tomorrow he's going to talk to them, and he's going to be talking to his brother. He has a place in mind, so he's hoping to be in this place either this month or early next month, but it's all up in the air. And yeah, so he's gonna let me know what's gonna be happening, and gonna go from there. So yeah, exciting news. So it looks like either sometime during this month or at the beginning of next month, we will be moving into a house or mobile home. And yeah, exciting. But yeah, he's gonna let me know what's going on. And one bonus of him being at his mom's is he's in the town next door, and so it'll save him a lot on gas driving to and from work in the meantime. Sorry, this one looks kind of odd shaped, and no, it's just the angle. Okay, so so Wolfie and I are both excited that things are starting to progress. Yeah, things are starting to move forward. And yeah. And then my dad calls me up today and he's like, yeah, I made you a walkway. It's like, oh, really? Yeah, he built us a 12-foot long walkway so that we're not trudging through mud, because our little path in the yard from the door to the driveway is, yeah, it's all mud. And yeah, he's like, yeah, all I gotta do is put some weather protected paint on it, and then I'll bring it by later today. It's like, okay, cool, awesome. And then I told him what my boyfriend said. Yeah. So he's happy about that. It will mean that we will be living further away from them, but we will no longer be in the fifth wheel. We will have a real bathroom and a decent sized hot water tank, which means nice proper showers, not these quick 5 to 10 minute hop in hop out showers. Oh my goodness, I like a good long shower, and I miss having really nice long showers, nice long hot showers. For us to have a nice long hot shower these days, we have to go to my dad's, because it's just, the hot water tank is not very big. Can't have a very big, like a full-size hot water tank, because in a fifth wheel, because they're too heavy. And well, these things have a weight limit, which is something that we will have to deal with when we go to move this thing. We will have to take a certain amount of large items out, just to be on the safe side, to transport, to get this to its new destination. I do not know what we will have for furniture, because I do not know if he kept what furniture he kept from when he had his mobile home. But I do know, like, he's an avid collector of certain items from the 80s. He collects gaming consoles and certain action figures. and movies and board games and card games. I've played many a card game and board game with him when we lived together before. So, and I told Wolfie she has to participate. Yeah. Because the living room is going to be also the gaming room, which means no TV in her bedroom for so no playing on the Xbox in the bedroom. She wants to play on the Xbox, she can play on the Xbox in the living room. And only when my boyfriend or myself are not in there gaming ourselves. Yes, this means I'm actually going to start gaming again. Yay! Not sure what I'll be doing. But, like I said, he collects gaming consoles. He still has the original. I think he's got... I don't know. I don't remember. It's been quite a few years, but yeah, he's got a collection of gaming consoles and games to go with them. And they all still work, or at least they did the last time he used them. And he is very, very careful with his gaming consoles because they are old. Like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Pretty sure he's got those. He might even have an Atari. Yeah. So for the first couple of months at least, we will be getting the place organized, sorted, that kind of stuff. Adjusting. Yeah. And I know one particular piece of furniture that we are gonna definitely have to get is a bed for Wolfie, because if he still has his bed, then yeah, she needs a bed. And she's like, well, we could always take the pull the foam mattress out and have that in my room until we can get me a bed. And I'm like, well, yeah, we could probably do that. It'll be a bitch to get it out of there, but it'll work. And she's like, or I could just lay on the floor on a bunch of blankets. And it's like, well, yeah, I could do that too. Yeah, could definitely do that. Yeah. Maybe his mom might have a spare bed that we could borrow for a while. For a little while until we can get her a bed. But yeah, we will look into getting her a bed through income assistance, because they do help with things like that for people on disability. They will help with certain furniture. And they helped me get a bed, and they also helped me get a couch. Well, I got a love seat. I think it was a love seat or a dresser. I can't remember now. Yeah. But yeah, she's also going to need a dresser. And I don't know, my boyfriend might have a spare dresser. We'll see. But it's going to be interesting. once we're all nicely settled in and everything's all good to go and whatnot, then we can work on other things, because like with being in the town next door, it'll be easier for me to get passes for Wolfie and I to the fitness room at the community center there, because they have an indoor pool there as well. They have an indoor pool and sauna and a hot tub. I will not do a sauna. I cannot do a sauna. My lungs cannot handle the pressure of that much heat. I have not been able to do a sauna in many years. But hot tub, oh yeah. And so then Wolfie and I can start going to the community center and exercising, and then using the pool, because they have a lap pool. So, and it'll help us with losing weight and feeling better about ourselves, definitely. So I'm excited. And I also told her that, like, right next to the community center is the college, the community college. So if she wanted to do some like upgrading, like take some courses, we can look into that as well. Classes at the college, hopefully for like graphic design, computer stuff, because she's pretty good with the computer, and yeah, graphic arts is something that she wanted to look into at one point, and yeah. So I'm excited. Oh boy, am I excited. No more only getting to see my boyfriend once a month. That'll be nice to have a proper bed again. Yep. Plus, if I really wanted to, I could like load my bike into the van and go park downtown somewhere and ride my bike around if I wanted to. It all depends on what part of town that we end up living in, because the town's got hills. Some of them are just a little bit too steep in the winter. Yeah. Yeah, there was one winter I went to town. I was living in my hometown, and I went to the town next door to visit his cousin. And I had to take a side road because the main road was a little too, had a little bit too much of an incline in the snow. It was a little bit too much of an incline, and I did not have proper winter tires for that. Yeah. So I couldn't go straight up that road. I had to go up another block and then go up another road that was not as steep of an incline. Yeah. And then stupid me, I parked in the driveway, which was at an incline down towards the house. So when I went to leave, tried backing up the driveway, and well, it didn't work. So I literally had to call a tow truck Yeah, I had to call a tow truck. And I'm like, well, I don't get paid tomorrow, so it's going to have to be a post-dated check. But the money will be there first thing in the morning. So, and the guy was nice enough to do it. This is back in the day when you could actually get away with things like that. And the town's small enough that he was nice enough to do that. Unfortunately, there was a towing company in my hometown where the guy, yeah, definitely would not have done that. Because I actually tried calling, I actually got my van stuck one time in a snowbank, and I just needed help getting it pulled out, but I needed to go home to get money. And the guy was on the phone. He's like, well, if you don't have the money up front, then click. He hung up on me. It's like, what? I was like, well, I just need somebody to pull me out of the snowbank, and then they can follow me to my house, and then I can give them the money, right? He was like, no, don't work that way. It's like, come on. Money would have been better spent that way anyways, because of why I was on my way home to go get the money was to spend it on something that I really should not have spent it on. That was during a dark time in my life. Yeah. When I was doing substances, when I was partaking of substances that I should not have been. Oh, and speaking of, the particular individual that got me hooked on those particular substances had reached out to me recently on Facebook. He had sent me a friend request. And so, just wanting to see if he was still the same way, still doing that stuff. I accepted his friend request. And then he messaged me. And he's like, are you still participating in the party environment? And I said, no. And he said, that's good. I thought, and I hoped that meant that he was not participating in that type of environment either. And when he messaged me later that night, after he got home from work, no, he's still the same. So I blocked him. Yep, I blocked him. I will never unblock him, because talking with him brought back too many negative memories, and yeah, my anxiety was pretty bad while talking with him, messaging back and forth. Yeah. Because while we were chatting, he was in the middle of partaking of that particular substance. And yeah. So, nope. I have moved on in my life. I am not doing that kind of stuff anymore. I am staying clean. I'm being a good girl. No drinking. No smoking cigarettes. No illicit party substances. The temptation is there, but the anxiety just overrules it. Even if the anxiety wasn't there, no. I have absolutely no interest. Okay, that's a lie. That interest will always be there. Always be there. But I am strong. And it is easy these days for me to say no. Because there's absolutely nothing in it for me. I am in a good point in my life. I don't want to ruin anything in my life. And going down that road, down that path, definitely would. I don't know if it would most likely ruin my relationship with my boyfriend. Because his number one rule is none of those party substances. Absolutely zero. There's no smoking cigarettes in the house. The green stuff, yes, you can smoke that. Because he does. That's the only thing that's allowed. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm comfortable with that. It does not bother me at all. I don't smoke the stuff myself. I am fine with secondhand contact. Because for me, it is medicinal. Yeah. When I had my ectopic pregnancy and almost ended up not alive from it, after I got home from the hospital afterwards, I was on Demerol pills for the pain. And the Demerol ended up making me very, very sick. Very sick. I couldn't keep food down. So I had a friend that liked the Demerol pills. Because apparently you can get high off them. Nope. I was not interested in taking them for that reason. Because they made me nauseous, I needed something else to take away the pain, to help me deal with the pain. So he would come over and I would give him a few Demerol pills. I know this is wrong, this is bad, never do it. He was a good trusted friend though, and he always took the pills while at my place, but in exchange he would bring a green leafy smoke and smoke it with me because it helped with the pain. And I am really glad that he did, because it helped me recover faster, because it deadened the pain. And I would sit and joke around with him and with another friend. We'd joke around, and I was able to laugh, and I'd laugh and I'd be like, ow, ow, ow. I couldn't really feel it, but I could tell that it was hurting. Couldn't really feel the pain because it was just that strong. But yeah, within a couple of days, I was able to walk fairly well. We walked all the way down to the video store. Yes, back in those days, if you wanted to rent a movie, you had to walk to a video store to rent a movie. God, that was actually, yeah, it was back in the year 2000. Yep. I remember because it was on my brother's 20th birthday in the year 2000 that I almost died. And I even said to the doctor in the emergency room, I'm like, what a way to celebrate my brother's 20th birthday by going under the knife. Yeah. So, my dad lent me a cane to help me with walking, just to like help me keep my balance while walking. And at the time that this ectopic pregnancy happened, thankfully my daughter Wolfie was in foster care. Unfortunately, but thankfully, she was in foster care. She was, let me see, 2000. She was 2.5. Yeah, she was 2.5 when this happened. Yeah. Because her birthday is in January, and this happened in June. So, yeah, 2.5 years. Nope. 98, 99, 2000. She was 3.5 years old. That's better. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, she was 3.5 years old in foster care. But, yeah, it was an interesting time. Depressing, stressful time. But I survived. And, yeah, the doctor said, he said he came this close to losing me on the operating table. This close to losing me on the operating table. I lost 3 pints of blood, refused a blood transfusion, whined and complained and bitched the whole time the IV was in. Because they had me on an IV with saline drip and liquid Demerol for the pain. And they had it in the back of the vein. The IV was in the back of this hand. Well, the IV is just a little, like, tiny plastic tube, right? Well, it still hurt. And I complained about it. Anytime the nurse or a nurse or the doctor was in the room, I complained about it. I'm like, when can it come out? It hurts. When can it come out? They ended up putting an IV in right here. Right here. They put an IV in. Just in case they had to do a blood transfusion, even though I kept saying no. Because I had lost 3 pints of blood. If I had lost any more, they would have done a blood transfusion right away. But they didn't. And I kept complaining. So they eventually ended up taking both IVs out. Yeah, within minutes after both IVs were out, I was up, walked down the hall, found a day room with a phone in it, called my dad. And it's like, yep, I'm alive, I'm okay. Talking to my dad on the phone, and all I hear in the background is my stepmom, oh, I'm so sorry. Apologizing profusely because she was overreacting. But it was understandable. Because the night before, like, yeah, she was freaking out because she thought I was going to die on the operating table. And she had even said to me, like, in joking, she said that if I was pregnant again, she'd kill me. Only to find out minutes later that I was pregnant. And then we had to find out whether the pain that I was suffering from in my stomach was an ectopic pregnancy or an ovarian cyst. So they had to wait until the next day and send me to another hospital because the ultrasound technician in our hospital was away on maternity leave. Yeah. And, well, before I even got to the other hospital the next morning, my ectopic ruptured and I bled internally the whole way there. And when I got to that hospital, they got me into the emergency, and the doctor comes up to me and he's like, yeah, well, we know why you're in pain. It's an ectopic pregnancy and it's ruptured. You are bleeding internally and we need to operate immediately. Is there anyone you want us to contact to let them know that you are here? And because of the particular city that I was in, I gave them the name and phone number of my ex-boyfriend's mother, because then she could come and see me in the hospital. And she did. So it was nice to see her. Because she was okay at times. When it didn't have anything to do with one of her sons or my daughter. And she was actually a pretty decent woman. She raised 5 boys. The majority of the time she raised them by herself. And considering only 2 of them turned out like pretty messed in the head, one of which is like really messed in the head and like super lazy. But like, yeah, the youngest is like a hopeless cause pretty much. The other 4, oh no, they're all hardworking, very hardworking. But that family, they've pretty much got like 2 black sheep in the family. The youngest is one of them. And then the middle one, who's one of my... I dated 2 of them. The second youngest, I dated him in high school, because we're the same age. I'm actually a month older than him, but yeah, we dated in high school. And then when Wolfie was a baby, when she was almost a year old, I started dating the middle one. He's a black, I guess he's a kind of a, he's a blacksmith. And he's got the body of a bodybuilder. Yes, he's got the physique of a bodybuilder, but he's not a bodybuilder, never has been. He just has the physique of one. Like, yes, 6-pack abs. Yeah. But the dude's, yeah. Anyways. Yes, I know I'm rambling, but let's see what else. What else should I talk about? Oh, I just before doing this video, I did a video for my other channel, and I'm pretty sure it's done uploading. It's a very emotional video about my mom. And yeah. So yeah, I think I'll in the description below I will add a link to my other channel, so you can check it out if you want. But you might want to have a box of Kleenex close by, just in case. Yeah. But yeah, let me just finish. So yes, I'm excited, very excited about moving soon. Gotta let the property manager know. As soon as I know, then I gotta let him know. Yeah. So that he'll know that this site will be available soon. It's been great living here because it's pretty quiet here, semi-isolated, even though you got the highway like right there. But because of how this area is set up, a lot of people, a lot of people don't realize that there is a campsite right here. So, and it's so, and even with how close it is to the highway, I actually feel safe enough to leave my door unlocked. I think for the first few months, I would lock the door whenever I went out. And then it's like, you know what? Screw it. The only people that literally the only people that come here are people that live here or are friends with people that live here. And it's not very often that that people come here. Except like in the summer, right? Well, actually no, there's ski bums in the winter too. But like one set of my neighbors, they've been here for several months, and they had a boat parked out in front of their place for a while during the summer. And I swear I hear skidoos once in a while outside from them, because it's a couple of young guys. I've only seen them a couple of times because, well, I hardly ever go outside. I'm hardly ever outside. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna finish this letter 8 and then I'm gonna go because it's getting close to an hour now. I haven't done an hour-long video in a while. I have been thinking about doing live streams again, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll start doing live streams after the move. But I will keep you guys updated on the exciting news. Yeah, and hopefully in a month or two, we'll be in our new place. We'll be in a new place, and yay! Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.